Hello, Namaste, and welcome to Agile Exploration Hub. I'm your host Nagesh Deshpande, and we are bringing another episode of Agile Exploration Hub Talks with Deshpande ji. In today's episode, we are going to discuss something which is everyone is talking about is AI. So how Agile is getting implemented or being implemented into AI projects where the implementation of AI is being done, as well as we will little bit touch based on the side of data science. So how data science also contribute to AI projects specifically driven in agile methodology. To speak on this topic, we have Gaurav Goel. He was a speaker with us on previous episode on customer centricity in scaled agile. So let's welcome back Gaurav. Hey Gaurav.
Hi Nagesh, thanks for really bringing me on board on this topic again. So really nice for that.
Great. How are you doing, sir?
All good, thanks. Hope same for you.
Yes, weekend. So as my audience knows, we do recordings on weekends. Every new episode comes on Monday 8 p.m. to be specific. So subscribe to my channel, keep watching the videos. If you really enjoy the discussion, add a comment and share with your friends. So without wasting much time, let's continue discussion with Gaurav on AI. So, Gaurav, on Agile Exploration Hub, we have discussed few topics on AI, but this is a little bit different, where we are looking at AI projects and how this Agile being implemented or managed. So, like the first question that I have for my audience is like, how is managing AI project different than a traditional project? So let's say I am doing a data migration project, or maybe I'm doing something API development project, but now we are developing something in AI. So how it is different?
Sure. So thanks for bringing that question up. It's a really great question. And what we need to understand in this today's world is like when we talk about the traditional projects, like
Hmm.
implementation, so that you have a end goal and objective that these are the KPI that I want to meet. And how I want to meet, I list down all the requirements, freeze the requirements, and then starts working into sprints. And I keep gathering the feedback, and I can keep showing to the customer what actually is happening there.
Hmm.
I can give the demo. Whereas when I talk about the AI projects, it's not like traditional projects. Like I'm not building a website. I'm here to solve a problem. Which, for an example, like we go from Kharadi to say uh, Bombay today, right?
Hmm.
It's a very simple, what do you say? It's a very simple problem, and you use your Google Map. But how does Google Map analyze that which is the best route, how it suits you, and what is the tentative time that will be taken? So that's a
Right.
problematic problem that he is doing. And what he's doing is he's looking at the patterns of the other people that are working toward that area, how the traffic is moving, and what will happen is then you are training your model. So
Hmm.
when we say train, it's not only just training once, it is continuously retraining of your models.
Hmm.
So once you keep retraining your model, that means you are asking the model to really learn by itself every other day or every day or like whatever the frequencies are, right? So here you're always looking for unpredictability, because you when you go in the traditional ways, you always know what are your risks, what all your issues and dependencies are. But when you talk about the AI projects, you will always land up in uncertainties and unpredictabilities as well, which you will
Hmm.
never foresee. And uh, thereafter, like it's all data driven. Whereas in
Right.
like traditional projects, we say that okay, data is secondary. I need to have this particular software or analytics or my reports or anything. But here, even if you have your reports basis on certain thing, it's all data driven, and its governance is very crucial, right?
Hmm.
When we talk about like traditional projects, we always are biased towards the features that are getting developed and delivered to the customer. and improving the performance over time for it. However, when we talk about the AI projects, we say that okay, I need the accuracy, I need the precision.
Mm,
So these terms you will hear a lot of time from the data scientist that okay, I know what is the solution, but I need to know what is the precision there.
mm,
I need to know what is my recall there, because that's where I can say that the model will perform gracefully or fail disastrously, right?
right.
So that's few of the items, but what I also can suggest is that in traditional, we normally follow the standard CI/CD model, version
Right.
control, deployment pipelines. However, when we talk about the AI models, it is always like ML flows, widths and biases, model versioning, which model is performing well. It's not only one single. When the data scientists work on on any model, it's not that he's only or she's only focusing
Mm,
on one model. It is flurry of models that are available today, and they keep experimenting that. So in traditional, you will never see listen to the word experimenting. Here
mm,
we are doing the experimenting. Plus, we are also looking how we are addressing the customer need.
right.
So that's how the complete architecture from your traditional is changing towards your AI driven approaches.
Yeah, that's pretty different now on traditional way. I
Correct.
can see the major difference here. Right. So that's a good way to know how different the traditional projects and AI projects are. But now you also briefly mentioned about data science and all that. So would like to understand what are some of the challenges that data scientists face, specifically in agile environment, because uh, let's say I worked in data project which were more mainly data, mainly waterfall. So what we used to do, we used to complete every part of data. Maybe let's take an example, collection of data, then cleansing of data, uh, structuring the data. So unstructured data, structured data. So it was a phase. You complete that and we move into it. But now into agile, how the data scientist, what kind of challenges they face.
Okay. So I'll break down this thing in two parts. One is data scientists and second is data engineers.
Data engineers, okay.
Because like when you talk about the unstructured data,
Mm,
and when we talk about specifically about the AI projects, we are not talking about like a 1 month data, 2 month data. We are talking about the research of say a year worth of data minimum,
mm,
wherein your data may be of certain GB to a TB or multiple TBs as well. And those unstructured data is highly highly unstructured, I would say, wherein you will not see okay, because in traditional way you will only have like thousands of columns,
mm,
and here when you talk about TBs of data, it is zillions of columns. And
absolutely.
to make it structured, to make it readable format, we need the data engineers, so their contribution also lies a lot along with your data scientists. Now when we talk about the data scientist challenges in adopting your agile ceremonies, so what we also need to understand is that they are coming from a experimental background.
Right.
They always look from a problem of a customer and think how logically they can come to a conclusion,
Mm,
right? And we cannot deliver an MVP after every sprint,
mm,
right? So it's very difficult to make it as a time box because there are lots of uncertainties that comes into play. And when we develop the model as well, it is not that on the very first go it will hit say my KPI is to hit 90% accuracy. It is not possible to hit in just 2 week sprint or 4 week sprint, right?
absolutely, yes. Mm,
That's where we keep retraining the model, see what are the unpredictability that are happening within the model,
mm,
and how we can bring more features in to to tweak that model so that your predictability goes continuously up. So one is your how to align them into your sprint planning.
mm,
So what we always say is okay, we understand your challenges, right? So let's time box the complete experiment that you want to do. Say if you want to do one experiment, let's time box it for say 4 to 6 weeks. and let's understand what you want to do in 4 to 6 weeks, right? And if we don't get the success in 4 to 6 weeks, let's discard that particular statement itself and let's rework on the new model that we want to bring into
Mm.
to the table, and let's discuss with the customer as well. Okay, we tried with this model, it seems it's not working.
Mm.
Let's go with the another model,
Right.
right?
Mm.
It may be a simple machine learning model and it may be a deep learning model as well, right?
Right.
And subsequently what will happen is you will start seeing the improvement in that. Second is your data dependence. As we say that, okay, we are not focusing only on 1 month or 2 month data, right? Sometimes we also look for the multi-year data because your seasonality comes into play. What I mean by seasonality, like suppose there's a buzz about EV right now, right?
Mm.
Everyone wants to go for the
Easy.
electric vehicles, right?
Right. Right.
How I can predict that uh, how many vehicles will be there in your particular area at any given point in time? I can do it based on 1 month data, 1 year data as well, right? But when I talk about monsoon, when I talk about, say, your extreme winters, extreme summers, I cannot really say that, okay, that model will work, whatever it's working in your summers, it will also be same in winters.
Mm.
That's where I need a multi-year data, right?
Mm. Right.
So that's another challenge that you always foresee when we are like having a data driven particular projects. Yeah. The other thing is like the models are continuously evolving.
Right.
So
Yeah. Mm.
we can say that, okay, at when we go live, we will have 60%, 70% accuracy. But over the period of time, when the model keep learning itself, when it keep learning the behavior of the particular object, it will keep increasing its accuracy, right?
Right.
And that's where we'll start seeing, okay, after 3 years or 4 years down the line, the model, that particular model which is at 60%, now giving accuracy of 80%, right? So that's where the challenge comes. Okay, my customer wants 80%. Oh, in agile, when we say that, okay, we want to meet a CTQ or KPIO is not meeting it, right? So that's how it will come up. The other is like, which I mostly uh, face is how to measure the progress, right? Because these are the experiments,
Right.
and experiments is something like it's not like it's not tangible. It's
Right.
always like intangible environment.
Right.
And how we can really align with that is, okay, let's see what is the NHIT or recall that you are getting today.
Mm.
Suppose you are getting a recall of, say, 50%, and let's see how we can improve it to 60% in next sprint, right? So that in that way you can tweak the data science process
Mm.
along with your AI and merge it so that at least you can show some progress to your customer, because they
Right.
also want to understand what actually is going on. And again, we don't want to go to the waterfall where we say that, okay, after 6 months we'll say that, okay, we look at your problem and sorry, we cannot deliver it because it's not meeting the CTQ or it's not meeting the KPIs that you want. So
Right.
it's always uh, is always highly tangible, intangible. That's what I say.
Mm.
And in agile, we have a concept of spike, and we always say that let's reduce the spike at any given point in time. But
Right.
in any of the AI projects, feel free to raise anything as spike because you will have unpredictability at any given point in time. And once you start recording your spikes, you will get to know, okay, what is happening into that sprint, why there is a spike. That's where your weights and biases, ML flow tools will come to play, because those will keep recording your performance of your model and say that, okay, this is the best particular model that is getting trained as of now. Yeah. This is the performance that I'm looking for, and this is what you're looking for, and this is what it is being trained to.
Right.
So this is how we can really mitigate those challenges as well.
Right. So can we plan or can we take a guess on number of experiment per sprint or per release?
Uh, That's highly challenging, and
Yes.
it totally depends on the problem statement as well.
Mm.
In some very simple problems, like say I want to I want to go from say Magapata to Kharadi. It's a
Right.
very small piece of really distance, right?
Mm.
And within a behavior of a week or 2 week, I can really tell you what is a model will be looking like. But when I talk about say I have to go from Pune to Mumbai, the problem statement has gone severely large, right?
Right. Right.
And when we go that level, we know that seasonality will come to play. And that's where I would really suggest do not really restrict your data scientist to
Mm.
say, okay, you only do have 2 months or you have only have two experiments to perform.
Mm. Mm.
Let them they explore, because until they explore,
Mm.
you will never get to know, okay, what is the right solution.
Right.
Maybe we are focusing more into deep learning model, but it may be possible that the very simple machine learning model will give you better results,
Mm.
right? And that's where like if they are doing the simple machine learning model, maybe we can do one experiment in a 2 week sprint. But when we talk about the deep learning model, it may take couple of sprints to just to finalize the features. So I would also want to talk about the features. Like when we talk about the features, it's not something that is deliverables, right?
Mm.
It's something like a particular behavior that may or may not able to impact my particular model. So that is also known as feature. So, so it's a behavior in the data,
Behave in the data. Yeah. So we did discuss about experimentation and
right?
and all that. But now, like, if I say that we are doing few model experimentation in given timelines, how do you align these product goals? Because my product goal is to reach something, to maybe we have an MVP, to deliver some sort of product to end user, customer, stakeholders. Now aligning these product goal and these experiment, how this will go hand in hand? Like, is it possible, challenging?
It is certainly possible
Mm.
and certainly challenging as well. Yeah. So what we need to also understand is what actually customer needs.
Right.
Yeah. And because why customer is coming to you with the problem statement is because he or she wants to make an impact in the market. And if I say that, okay, this is a data driven thing and it's AI and it's experiments, it will take time. That won't really solve the purpose in this fast moving pace. If you're not solving certain statement, someone will
Mm.
step on your back and he will do it.
Right.
So it's always me first. And how we can do it to make them aware what impact will it make into the market, how your model or how your particular solution will give a edge to the customer. When the
Mm.
team is clear about those things, then we have to reprioritize and say that, okay, what actually the team wants. Yeah. And I cannot really say that, okay, with one data scientist and one data engineer, let's make a team and say that, okay, let's deliver this particular project in say 3 months time. That
Mm.
won't gonna happen because
Right.
a person can focus on one thing. He cannot focus on 10 different models at the same time. So we need to understand how best we can utilize the resources, right?
Mm.
And when we talk about the like utilization of resources, it's not in terms of like, oh, what you have delivered or what you have really done in last one day. But what we need to understand is where their mindset is today and where he wants to reach tomorrow.
Mm.
Yeah. And how you will get there is you need to understand their mind maps, plus you should have a power of negotiation with them that okay, you did 10 different things in your particular model and how your recall precision are moving. So as a project manager or program manager, what you're gonna see here, you need to see is your recall is moving in the right direction, is your
Mm.
precision is moving in the right direction. Because if I'm doing experiments, I always tends to go, okay, let's go to the maximum wherever I can go, right? But as a program manager, it's my duty to make them understand, okay, we took say 6 weeks to do this experiments, my recall or the precision, I'll talk about precision now. But my precision like was say 50%. It's not moving to 60%. Is it
Mm.
the right model? Now, as a program manager, you need to question as well, is it a right thing to do? Or 50% is is a bare minimum that we can do. And if we say that okay, 50% is what we can achieve, let's present to the customer and say that okay, this is what we can do with your current set of data. Is it really worthy to adopt this particular model, or you want us to explore more?
Right.
He may say, okay, explore more, I have more
Right.
time.
Right.
And he may say that no, I have a hard stop because I have a market to compete.
Right.
But 50% is also an edge to him when he goes to the market, right? At least he can put the thing in, okay, I'm throwing a paper now that this is something that is patronized and no one can step in this environment. At least he's getting an edge,
Mm.
right? So that's
Absolutely.
how I would say that we will have, what we have to look the end goal, and let's continue connect with the customer to understand, and let's show them what accuracy we are at, irrespective of whether we are meeting the goal and goal. That's a different thing altogether,
Mm.
right? And I can certainly say that even after experimenting for say a year or 2 years, it is not done and dusted. Okay, you will 100% meet your end goal.
Mm.
You may or may not really hit it, but
Right.
if you keep discussing with that and see what is the best you can do it in a given set of time, that will always help.
Mm. Right. Good. Yeah, good to know. Yeah, you made a very valid point. So something which is, even if it is 50% done, can be give a competitive edge to someone over their competitors. Absolutely, they can accept it and go at it. So that's one way of looking at it. That's all about agility. That's all. So now let's bring back our focus on more on agile. So
Mhm,
what I wanted to understand, like, some agile practices that best works with AI or machine learning workflows. So let's take an example. I'll take one of the agile practices. You may refer another, but I'll just giving you
mhm,
for my audience.
sure,
So pairing, for an example, so where you pair two developers together, or a BA or QA or dev QA together. These are one of the agile best practices. Now,
correct.
you may pick up any based agile practices that is going to help a lot in AI projects, or specifically these ML workflows.
Mhm, sure. So when we talk about that, like the team structures and integrating the best practices,
Hmm.
not only see the data engineers or data scientists there. So data scientists, data engineer, then we'll have the ML ops engineers,
Hmm.
certain data experts as well, domain experts as well, and then bring them all to the sprint planning and the Scrum framework or the Agile framework, where you talk about to them, okay, this is how we operate into Agile format. I
Right.
do have a 2 week sprint, right?
Hmm. Right.
And what will be I be expecting is that even if you are doing certain experiments, let's take that piece of work that can only be done in 2 weeks,
Right.
right? I do understand that certain time you will not be able to complete that complete work in 2 weeks. Let's reevaluate after 5 days or 7 days that if we are able to hit that goal or not, right? And if you're not able to hit the goal, that's fine. It may be spilled over. That's completely okay, because then your next sprint will show a higher velocity, right?
Right.
Over a period of time, it will really normalize as well. But try to gauge what the other person is working on and how they are working on. So negotiate with them.
Hmm.
How you can negotiate is either on timelines, either on the features, either on the quality, recall, precision, and hit. When you start negotiating, you because now you're trying to talk in their terms, right?
Right.
And that's where you will find the fluidity, and they will start listening to you, understanding to you why you are talking about that. And being agile, when we say we need to understand what they are doing, and they also need to understand what we are doing
Right.
and how we can do it. When we talk about okay, we are not able to hit the end hit, let's focus on the precision. Let's focus
mm,
on recall, right?
right.
When they come to the sprint demos now, they may be able to show your graphs that how the like for the particular month how the data is behaving, whether in the upward direction, downward direction. It may make sense to me as a program manager. Maybe it makes sense because I do have certain experience in that particular domain. But being new, it won't make sense to me, right?
Right.
But there will be certain domain expert who can make the sense out of it, and that's where they can give you more information. Okay, you are currently looking at 5 things. In the next sprint, let's focus on this thing. So that's how you will start time boxing the thing. So you need to be very attentive, and you must be listening what they're talking about. Join their scrum calls to have more gauge on it, right? Join their peer reviews, because when we talk about the AI projects,
Mm,
peer reviews are very important.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because when we talk about, say, traditional ways of working, you will do your peer reviews after you have completed your code and say that, okay, this is my code. It seems looks, I done my unit testing. It looks okay. You
Mm,
can now do your peer review and just let me know.
right.
But here, every code that you're writing, it can be a disastrous code as well. It can be a very good code as well. And when I talk about disastrous code, it's not the quality of the code perspective, but it from the data perspective I'm talking about, right?
Mm, mm,
Because the data is immense, and maybe my I'm missing certain things that may be really important, but I in the fluidity of the time I saw that, okay, let's skip it, right?
mm,
That's where you will keep evolving yourself when you join the sprint demo and plug that in, that okay, maybe I don't have the complete structure today.
mm,
Let's put certain slides and show, okay, this is what the previous state was, this is what we have got now, these are the risks that we now foresee, these are the dependencies that we are looking at, and let's try to evaluate how we can move in the next sprint to reduce those dependency and reduce those risks. Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
So I think that's how you can plug your agile with the AI projects.
Right. So now that we have discussing about agile and AI, so let's say let's take example very new scrum master, or maybe uh, he's not very highly experienced as a scrum master, a person that how that person can help or support better a data science team. So let's take an example, we have a data science team,
Mhm.
how a scrum master can, so give me some ideas where a scrum master can improve his horizon on helping on supporting data science teams.
Sure. So what I'll suggest is that that new Scrum Master should connect with the lead data scientist who is leading that particular team and
Right.
understand what they're trying to do.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
It may be in the very plain English. He may say that, okay, I want to do one, two, three, and these are the experiments that I want to do, and these are the models that I want to target, right? Then that person should go back and try to do some research about the data science and how the experimentation work in there,
Mm.
right? Let's get some basic idea from it. Okay, and that the data scientists are focusing on, say, when we say like XGBoost as a model, right?
Mm.
How the XGBoost is working, what it can deliver.
Mm.
I don't want the Scrum Master to go in detail and see understand the complete model.
Right.
But when he starts reading about it, at least if he read a 2 or 3 article, at least he will know A, B, C, D are the 4 points that are the deliverables from that model, right?
Mm. Right.
And when he joins their daily Scrum calls, sprint reviews, he get to know those things. Yeah. One is that. Second, communicate with the team, right? Because that's where one team member will give you certain information which the second team member is not willing to share. And do not, and I would request all the team members who is looking at this video, do not assume that we are trying to micromanage,
Mm.
but it's just the way to understand what you guys are doing and how we can bring the value to you, because they know their data science work very well, and we know our Scrum Master and Scrum and Agile world very well. And we, as a Scrum Master, are the bridge, right, to bring you into the Agile world. And once he understands the data scientist, he also needs to propagate these are the Agile best principles and where it can really impact, right? Where it can like then the influencing will come to play, because as a when you're working as a Scrum Master, right,
Mm.
you always have a skill to influence others.
Right, absolutely, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and that's where you have to influence the others, that although you are doing ABC, let's try to do maybe in this way. The data scientist can really junk it. No, this is not, this is completely absurd. But at least you are throwing certain ideas and you're putting some idea in his brain, the other person's brain. Okay, that something can also be done,
Mm.
right? Third, what we always see is that people try to say that, okay, these are AI projects. Testing may not be possible because all experiments. Do not go in that loop. Testing for everything and each and everything can be possible. Be it AI projects, be it traditional projects, you need to really see if your particular if your particular model is working as expected or not,
Mm.
right?
Right, right.
Yeah, because the data scientist at least can give you the information what your model performance is in terms of accuracy, in terms your say and its recalls, precision, and the testing team can really test basis on those parameters if they are hitting that particular thing or not. Because when you come from the testing perspective, you have a different mindset altogether. Yeah. Fourth is continuous engagement. what what does it mean is that once you start engaging yourself with the team plus with the customer, you will understand what is needed in the market.
Right.
Research about that product more into the market from a business context. Start giving certain flavors of those things to the team. They will also start engaging themselves. Okay, we are we are also learning something new. So these are the three or
Mm.
four pointers I would
Absolutely,
say
yes.
that the
Mm.
Scrum Master should always look when they are working with the AI teams.
Nice, very nice. Actually, there are very these are very valuable points, guys. So to my audience, keep in mind, if you have further questions to Gaurav, put it in a comment box. Ask your questions. I'll provide Gaurav's contact details in form of his LinkedIn information in the description box, so you can connect with him. Even reach out to him on LinkedIn. So, Gaurav, coming on to our last question of the day. Uh,
Mhm.
we would like to hear a success story where Agile helped um, AI project to flourish, to become successful. So, any story in your experience, or we are still evolving?
No, I have delivered multiple AI projects in my recent past as well.
Mm.
And what I can suggest is time box your experiments.
Great. Mm.
The day you start time boxing your experiments, you will start seeing the results in a quick succession. If
Mm.
you keep giving the team, okay, it's AI project, it's experiments, let's give say 6 months, they will consume full 6 months. There is
Six
no
months.
harm.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
But
Mm.
when you start time boxing those experiments, let's focus on one model, let's train it, retrain it, and see if it works fine for like in 6 weeks, go for it. If
Mm.
you see it's not working, let's ask the team, stop. That's how you have to. They may be upset that you're not you're not understanding what they're doing.
Mm.
But as a Scrum Master, project manager, program manager, you need to take your hard calls. Okay, we did enough. Let's make a stop. That's how you will start creating your success stories.
Great. Very nice. It was it. We discussed something very different today. And I really enjoyed the some of the points that you shared, and new Scrum Masters specifically, or even Agile coaches, those who are listening to this episode. You know, there are multiple key takeaways throughout this discussion. So we would like to say thank you to Gaurav for coming on to Agile Exploration Hub, sharing his experience on AI projects, as he have already built a lot of AI projects. It delivered a lot of projects to customer as well. Once again, Gaurav, really thank you for coming on today's episode, and making this Agile Exploration Hub going great again. So thank you.
It was really my pleasure, Nagesh. Like I always enjoy talking to you, and being on this forum is really a pleasure. And it was a good interaction. Yeah, looking
Yes,
forward for another session, but some other time. Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. So we'll keep connecting to my
sure.
audience. If you really like this video, please share it to your friends, add a comment, subscribe to my channel. Um, Always remember, we are bringing new episode on every Monday. So thank you for watching so far. Bye bye.
See ya.